I have people telling me that I am on fire, that my energy is amazing, but it didn't come from me. It comes from God. Less than a year ago, I'm funneling money into my sick dog, who's in kidney failure due to his prostate being abscessed, and then his liver goes into failure, and we're doing surgery, and I'm desperately trying to keep him alive. Then the transmission goes out in my Cadillac, and the heat goes out in my home in the middle of winter. And then my bosses tell me, hey, we don't need you after all next year. And I knew they were closing down the business, but I was under the impression that I was going to be working the first part of the coming year. And a week and a half before that, I found out that I am no longer needed. And then the last week of December, and the final week we are still open, I contact COVID and feel like I still need to work regardless. So I worked the entire week without telling anyone that I was ill. The first week of January, it morphs into the flu, and that week I climb out of bed to go take pictures of a possible listing for an extended family member. And then I get a phone call back saying, never mind, we decided to use a different agent, which is obviously their choice. But I don't think I would have climbed out of my sick bed if I would have known they were going to choose someone else. And I say all of that to say God's incredible, and He's the only reason that I have been making it through this. I left my parents' home when I was barely 19 years of age. I bought my first home when I was 21, thanks to God providing it for me. But I've been on my own for a long time. And now at 42, I find myself relying on my parents for support. That's not where you want to be as an adult. That feels like you're going backwards, not forwards. And yet people are telling me, you're on fire, your energy's amazing. And yet I've been going through a very difficult time, a very difficult year. And yet, 1 month, one of my dog's many prescriptions was almost $500. And I'm thinking, wow, I don't have the money. And he only took it for a few days and his body rejected it. And there I am sitting on a whole bunch of medicine that I cannot use and I cannot return. I went to the mailbox and there was a check for overpayment of taxes within less than $1 of the exact amount. Only God can do that. And there was another time when I was desperately praying that God would show his faithfulness, and I go to the mailbox, and there was another check. I had no idea it was coming from a lawsuit for some real estate training I had taken many years ago. I didn't even know there was a lawsuit. Only God can do that. If my energy is amazing, it's only because of God's energy shining through me. If I'm on fire, it's because I pray that God would make me a light to the world. It's not me, it's God.